What's up, weirdos? I'm Felicia and I like scary movies, and today I'm just drinking a claw and catching up on some 2021 horror films. I watched 3 this week and honestly was casually obsessed with all of them, so I'm just gonna tell you about them. Okay, now let's get started with Seance. Alright, if there was a target audience for this movie, it was me. Look at this poster. We have teenage girls at a boarding school, the word seance, a girl holding a hammer. It's clearly made for me. Camille Meadows is the new girl at the prestigious Edelweiss Academy for Girls. Soon after her arrival, 6 girls invite her to join them for a seance, calling forth the spirit of a dead former student who reportedly haunts their halls. Now, this was written and directed by Simon Barrett, and I am a fan of his work. He wrote the screenplay for You're Next, The Guest, the Blair Witch remake I never saw. Now, the thing I really like about this movie is that it's more than it appears. From the poster and everything, it looks like it's kind of a clear cut and dry teen girls have a seance and it goes wrong movie, but it's actually more than that. It's a subgenre mashup that keeps you guessing really into the last minute. Now, I will say the movie is a little messy at times. For example, sometimes the gore looks super fun and amazing, and sometimes it looks kind of bad. The plot, even though is fun, that there's a lot of twists and turns, sometimes feels a little bit jumbled and messy. Our lead of Camille was played by Suki Waterhouse, and I thought she did a really great job, as well as just like the girls in the ensemble of the school I thought were pretty solid. The movie's fun. I like how brutal it gets. I love how nasty the girls end up being to each other even before all the crazy stuff goes down. So overall, was it the perfect teenage girls in boarding school with a seance movie? No, but it was fun. It had some really cool moments. I liked it. All right, next up, I watched The Empty Man. So this is a movie I've really heard about through word of mouth. I know at some point it was in a few theaters, but it didn't have a ton of marketing. I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it. And then just kind of recently, I've had some people text me about it. I've seen people talk about it on Twitter, and I was like, okay, all right, I'll give it a shot. And dang it if this wasn't one of my favorite movies I've seen this year so far. So it's called The Empty Man. Of course, my first thought was Slender Man, creepypasta situation. I was so just disappointed by the Slender Man film. It was just nothing that I wanted. And I'll say this movie kind of gave me what I wanted from Slender Man, plus like 100 other things I didn't even know I wanted. The Empty Man is about an ex-cop on the trail of a missing girl who comes across a secretive group attempting to summon a terrifying supernatural entity. I mean, this movie kind of has it all for me, and I don't even think it's really spoilers because honestly, I couldn't even fully explain this movie to you if I tried, so I'm just gonna say, 1, a crime situation. A girl goes missing. I love it. 2, a supernatural entity that is called upon, like the Slender Man. There's like a ritual that brings the Empty Man to you. 3, a cult. Like, who knows how this cult works? I still don't really, but I am loving it. And an ex-cop who thinks he's seen it all until this movie starts. Now, just so you know, when you start this movie, it basically has a 25 to 30 minute cold open before the title screen of, you know, The Empty Man comes up. It's a totally different characters, but it's important and it'll help you with the rest of the movie. Just go with it. This movie is full of like exciting imagery and like almost like games. How do I say this? Like, as an audience member, like I keep catching things that makes me feel smart later. I love when a movie does that for me. And there's a lot there. Like, this is the movie that I can definitely see myself watching a few times, and I'm very excited to watch it again. And by the way, when I turned this on, I wasn't even like gonna, I mean, not that I wasn't gonna pay attention, but I was just kind of turning it on to check it out. I wasn't gonna review it or anything. And then like as it started and I was into it, and then I was like into it. And I'm stoked to watch it again. And the last one I'll talk about is Bloodthirsty. This one also came out 2021 and is a werewolf movie. Y'all, I know we've had a conversation on my channel at some point about the fact that we need more werewolf movies. Turns out they're here and on their way. Also, before I even talk about this movie, I just want to say I am with you. The IMDb The change in format is very bad. It's very confusing. I can't find anything. I'm not going to adjust to it. You know, sometimes you think you're not gonna adjust to it, and then you do. This, I really don't think I'm gonna adjust to. It just seems very poorly laid out. It almost looks like I am using a phone, like the mobile app on a computer. And it's like all messed up. That's how I feel. Okay, anyways. So this was written by Wendy Hill Trout and Lowell, just one name, and directed by Amelia Moses. And I was like, Amelia Moses. And there was a movie in Fantasia Film Festival last year called Bleed With Me that I reviewed that had the same director. Hello. So I just looked up my past self because I couldn't remember if I actually liked Bleed With Me or not. So I looked it up. Turns out I did. I found it apparently captivating. Anyways, Bloodthirsty, coming back. Here's some plot. Gray is an indie singer who is having visions that she is a wolf. A bad sign. When she gets an invitation to work with notorious music producer Vaughn Daniels at his remote studio in the woods, she begins to find out who she really is. And this movie is very cool. I think you can kind of tell from the poster, like, she's gonna be the werewolf. Doesn't seem like a spoiler. But I also just like how much more this movie has going on besides just like person turns into werewolf. Like, we have this girl who's a singer. Her and her girlfriend are going up to meet with this guy. He apparently has been on trial for murder in the past, but was acquitted. And so they're, you know, cautious about him. But we also know something is going on with Gray. And so it's like, what's gonna happen when these two potentially murderous people meet up in the woods? And it's thrilling. And I will say, the music that they end up writing together, because they're like working on this new album, is so good. Like, there's this song that they write that's called, like, I can't remember what it's called. It looks like the song is called Bloodthirsty, which makes sense. And it was written by Lowell, and Evan Bogart and Justin Gray.
I get the creeps from everyone's eyes on me, bloodthirsty, sipping on us like flavor of the week.
Ugh, I love this. So you can find the whole song on YouTube. I will link it in the description box. There's also a link to Lowell's Instagram. It has the lyrics on here. Oh, incredible. And it's telling me that the film was created with an all-woman creative team. I mean, hells yeah. Now I'm just on Lowell's Instagram. She looks so cool. And just kind of overall, I liked the movie. Story was cool. Characters were really cool. Blood was awesome. Werewolf stuff was fun. I just enjoyed it. And that's it. Have you seen any of these movies? Let me know down in the comments. If not, are you planning on checking them out? What else should I be watching? Talk to me. I'm here. I just like chit-chatting. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice scream. Bye.